Kalau memang ku salah, berikan maaf demi sumpah cinta yang pernah tak ucapkan. Aku hanyalah manusia biasa yang tak pernah lepas dari hilapku, mencoba merubah segalanya. Mungkin ada kesempatan untukku. Oke teman-teman, lanjut lagi di Tales of Arise episode 18. Semoga ini udah akhir, tapi kayaknya masih ada 2 lagi nih ya, 2 episode lagi teman-teman. Kita langsung aja masuk. Booms. Di episode kemarin kita udah bertemu dengan Almeida sekaligus hajar dia, dan ini benar-benar berpisah antara Sion dan juga Alpen. Terus juga topengnya udah kebuka semua di sini ya. Ingatannya Alpen sekaligus rasa sakitnya juga sudah kembali lagi di sini. Ini parah sekali teman-teman ya. Kita partian di sini nggak ada tanpa Sion dan tanpa pedang ini juga, apa namanya, blessing sword ya. Kemarin kan ada 2 tuh di punggungnya si Alpen. Dan juga di sini kita terpisah dengan tim api yang lain teman-teman selain dari Sion ya. Mungkin kita akan cari dulu mereka. Langsung saja kita telusuri. Di situ sudah ada titik kemana kita harus beranjak gitu ya. Dan biola, boila. Ada sebuah pulau. Oh ya, Naori ya, Naori. Itu gadis yang hampir mirip sama Sion. Those blessing sword kita harus taruh di sini. Dragon sword.
Try harder.
Okay.
Here I come. Dragon form. Pierce. Pierce.
Ini zat-zatnya si ini guys.
You picked the wrong fight.
Gak ada elemen attack ya.
Dragon form.
Kalau gak ada blazing sword susah kok.
You're mine. Dragon form.
Berbahaya.
Dragon form. Megasonic thrust. Dragon form.
Terkait serangannya lanjut shot.
Dragon form. Pierce. It's on. Eat dirt.
Oke, lumayan. Berat kan Alpen, dan itu udah rasanya sudah kembali lagi ya. Tapi
Alpen?
untuk keseluruhan daripada lore-nya si Alpen ini belum kebuka ya.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Iya betul.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Dia udah kembali jadi orang biasa nih ya.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing.
Okay.
There's a village back the way we came from. This'll Kisara and
Kalau
La
di
are
sini
already
dubbingnya saya
there.
ubah jadi bahasa Inggris teman-teman. Rasanya saya pengen
Well,
bikin proyek juga
where
di
are we?
sini, bikin konten yang pakai translasi
Ganeth
langsung
Heros,
ya.
Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem. Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Oke, jadi kita bakalan cari Sion juga nih.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
Teman-temannya udah pada curiga guys.
He's probably just
Sesuatu yang
exhausted.
terjadi.
Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
Itu HM bilang dia lagi kelelahan. Iya, rasa sakit itu baru saja dirasakan sama si Alpen ini. Oh iya, improve lagi dia ya. Skill baru lagi. Udah banyak banget, lama nggak masang ini guys. Udah lama gitu ya. Lama nggak lihat. Wih, bilang juga nih. Requirement poinnya itu gitu loh, terlalu tinggi. Sampai nggak cukup bos. 1700 gila kan. 1100 ya ampun, nggak cukup lagi. Ini ada yang bisa yang ini kurang. Oke, bisa sepenuhnya. Press next. Segi.
We won.
Oke, kita udah. Misalnya. Oke, ntar lau kita coba lihat juga. Coba dulu guys ya.
Let's see what you've got.
Dragon form!
I'll face you. Elusive deity.
Come forth, holy land! If it has
Kita kan nggak punya healer. Ini healer di dalam tim up kita tuh.
raging cascade!
Tapi masih ada ini juga sih, masih ada siapa? Ringwell ya.
Megasonic thrust! Prepare!
Ambar gimana gitu.
Take this.
Air thrust! Light astral energy!
I'm ready.
Raging cascade!
Light burst forth.
Ringwell sama keren juga kalau dubbing bahasa Inggris ya.
A comfortable win.
Jadi mereka nyebutin skillnya bos. Ada sesuatu di sini banyak. Mana dia? Mana sih? Bos mana bos?
Speaking of thistle, the whole town was built by Danon defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area is teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Iya, sakitnya udah kembali
Probably.
juga. Lama ini dia bebas buat megang itu guys, apa ya, blessing sword itu yang dari
I
api
wonder
kan.
if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
Ini menggengkelkan sih. Gimana caranya bos? Right iPad. Jadi kita lihat dulu outfitnya kayak gimana lah. Oh, right iPad. Nah,
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
langsung saja guys, kita coba masuk sini buat ngumpulin, tinggal lau lagi nih yang belum.
Do you sense what
Masih ada 2 Kisara juga pak.
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, Did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first.
Oke. Sebenarnya si Alpen ini lagi bingung juga nih. Pikiran saya ya.
I got my memory back.
Iya. Iya, kemarin kita udah diperlihatkan juga nih tentang memorinya si Alpen. Dia jadi bahan percobaannya para renan ya. Dan dia menang loh di kontes gitu. Jadi dia ini juga seorang raja ya, king. Tapi dari kaum dahnan yang coba buat meneliti ini ya.
Give the
Saya nggak
man
tahu
some
buat
space,
konteksnya
Law.
Lord Renan tuh kan. Mungkin mirip. Tapi dia seorang pemenang di situ.
I
Wallahu a'lam
remember
bishawab,
being
guys.
up on Lenegis.
Ada karakter yang sama
Go on.
seperti Shion, Inaori ya kan.
I was abducted from Dana.
Iya, ini dia. Mulai
I
tadi
was
nih
told
dibahas.
if I ever wanted to return home,
Mm-mm.
I'd have to cooperate. So
Bekerja sama ya.
that's what I did.
Diculik kemudian dia bekerja sama dengan Renan. Dijadikan bahan eksperimental gitu.
Next thing I knew, they had made me into the sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal.
Iya.
There were others, but only I survived.
Hanya dia kaum dahnan yang survive, bertahan.
Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave.
Diperlakukan seperti budak paling rendah.
The only reason I survived
Walaupun dia udah menang tuh dalam
was because
kontes
my
ya,
body was
dia
able to
merasa
withstand the
merupakan
sovereign's power that they
raja lah.
placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the blazing sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the sovereign entail?
Lebih keren yang Inggris ya. Tanpa melihat teks saya udah
They
bisa
said it was for
meraba-raba
something called the
sedikit-sedikit.
spirit channeling ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the
Jadi
ceremony
mereka
was
ini pengen
actually
cari tahu
for,
gitu ya. Jadi akhirnya
unfortunately, I
diperlukan.
never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
Pernyataan yang
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori.
Naori, iya.
She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
Hampir mirip emang. Gak tau lah kalau misalkan itu
A
sih.
maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Iya, mirip sih. Iya,
Imeris?
Imeris.
As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something?
Mulai mengembangkan
Wait, or
topiknya.
are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
Jadi dia yang udah menggunakan
The mask?
topeng itu
But
ya.
why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. after what I did on Lenegis, over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit
Jadi
channeling
di kejadian
ceremony?
itu hal yang
I don't know. Whatever it
disalib oleh
was that the
Alpen
spirit
ini, dia
channeling
udah banyak
ceremony was
membunuh
supposed to
jiwa-jiwa
achieve.
para ini juga,
It
Renan
didn't turn
juga.
out as planned.
Makanya dipakein topeng dia tuh biar dia nggak merasa bersalah.
I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there,
Udah live kah?
weeping.
Jangan masih non publik nih guys. Tuh kan.
I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder.
Iya, iya.
In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis,
Tapi
nearly
yang
destroying
menyedihkan,
it. The restoration took years
Dengan sebuah
and
tulisan
required the
atau
work of
skrip,
countless
teman-teman.
laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
Iya, iya. Udah mencapai ke ini guys ya. Dimensi apa nih perubahan 300 tahun yang lalu sebelum invasi Renan ke Dahanan
That's
gitu.
right. I'm pretty much an
Kan nggak
antique of a
mungkin.
human being.
Kejadiannya udah 300 tahun yang silam, terus si
Deep
Alpennya
down,
masih
maybe
ada.
I already knew.
Malah
Alpen.
blunder
Some
lagi nih
hero,
masalah.
huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Iya, dia kaget.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission.
Bunuh
We
diri
stay
terlalu
put in the
jago tuh
village
orang.
till we're ready. Okay, everyone?
Ya, menetap di pulau ini dulu katanya. Terlalu jago
Take
masih
some
untuk
time
lanjutin
to
misi
think
tuh
things
kayaknya.
through,
Kemarin
okay?
kita udah lihat kemampuannya
But
si
remember,
Volran itu kan.
We're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Kalau kayak gini teman-teman ya guys. Jadi kita perlu memulihkan diri dulu. Katanya si Alpen ini lagi kacau balau pikirannya ya.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Yaps. Terus apa yang kita lakukan di sini setelahnya? Ya, dikeluarkan dari tim
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
Coba cari mereka. Memang kacau juga. Ada script yang menyebutkan kejadian itu 300 tahun sebelum invasi Renan ke Dahanan, teman-teman. Gimana ceritanya Alpennya masih hidup gitu, 300 tahun gitu. Kejadian itu kan membingungkan sekali.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are, in one way or another.
Talking about
Yeah, but
lonely,
you've
guys,
only
ya.
just found
Pendengar,
out.
apakah kalian termasuk
I
orang
mean,
yang
no,
menyendiri?
not found out.
Aduh,
Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned,
Rata-rata
Well,
guys ya, saya lihat
you can
anime
see what
ini
I'm like.
kebanyakan nyinggung kalau dia udah punya
it's
kekuasaan.
strange.
Terus
When
Sunyi
I
tuh
think
hidupnya
about
suram
Lenegus,
gitu
it
ya.
still feels like it was only a year or two
Pasti
ago that I was there.
raja-raja entah kah
But then I realized what
raja
feels
iblis
like
atau
years
apa
was
tuh,
actually
guys. Kalau
centuries
misalkan dia
ago.
udah
What
nggak punya
about your
teman atau apa,
hometown?
pasti
you
temanya
know if
itu
it's still there?
kesedihan gitu. Hal-hal
I
yang
doubt
dark
it.
gitu ya.
When the Renans
Banyak
invaded,
banget
the world as I
anime-anime
knew
yang
it
isinya kayak
changed
gitu doang.
overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in
Dan
the
emang
first
untuk
place.
permainan
Otherwise,
seperti
if
ini
I
itu
hadn't,
paling serunya sebenarnya
maybe my
di
mother and
story-nya,
father would
teman-teman.
still be
Bagian
alive
story-nya
today.
kita harus paham betul itu.
Although if that had been the
Di
case,
sini hal yang
I
menarik.
guess I'd
Jadi
probably
seperti
still
orang
be
lagi
just
baca
another
komik gitu
slave
ya.
with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to
Gimana
embrace
lagi
your
bicara
powers
hati
yet?
ke hati nih?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to
Semuanya
think about
punya
it too
story
much.
yang
After all,
gelap ya.
who can predict what the future will
Di
hold?
Rainwell ini dihabisi
I guess
Renan.
what I'm trying to say is that with
Keluarganya tuh
everything
ya,
that's happened in your
sampai dengan
past,
keturunan-keturunannya
finding out you're the
dihabisi.
sovereign and
Bukan,
all,
maksudnya gimana?
it's
Kan
no wonder you're
keturunan,
conflicted.
garis. Jadi di
Heck,
Dahanan itu ada
honestly,
yang namanya penyihir
I think
juga,
anyone
teman-teman ya.
would be.
Terus invasi
Renan.
Renan itu dihabisi
First it
semua,
was Xion, then it was me.
termasuk
And now
keturunan-keturunan,
it's
dan
you.
tinggal satu aja nih yang
All of
tersisa
us
nih dari
suffering,
penyihir Dahanan, yaitu
Just
Rainwell,
because of
teman-teman.
some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Dapat Rainwell. Ini ada Duhaim.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Duhaim.
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes, or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record, but all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
Terkait dengan banyak hal. Yang pertama soal sejarah ya. Jadi dia itu Renan, dia paham betul guys. Dia ini Duhailin ini paham betul gitu ya. Sejarah Renan, dan ada juga beberapa hal yang nggak dia pahami gitu terkait dengan si Maiden tadi yang memang betul-betul bisa menggunakan 2 kekuatan yang bisa digabungin. Tadi sempat disebut ada yin dan yang gitu ya, tentang upacara apa juga tadi tuh. Terus hubungannya 300 tahun yang lalu dengan kisahnya si Alpen ini teman-teman, itu kan udah lama ya kan, umur manusia gitu loh. Oke lah, kita cari tahu lagi dari ini.
What do you see out there?
Zoogles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegus anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegus abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegus to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, That's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Oke guys ya. Masih banyak juga tanda tanya di sini.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right. Great to have you back. Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get... to the village.
Right. We need to hurry. Not this way, I guess.
Remember, if the paint's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come. We can't let even a single one through.
There's a firm no Zugo policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
here goes!
You picked the wrong fight!
My watch. Going in.
Megasonic thrust!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Lebih bagus dubbing Inggrisnya teman-teman. Jadi dia nyebutin jurusnya kalau misalkan lagi ini kan. Di sepil bos. Keren. Kenapa nggak pakai bahasa Inggris aja di awal ya?
See about that.
Eat dirt!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
Baru semerat.
It wouldn't be called pain if it
Barusan
was
rasa
pleasant.
sakitnya
It
ada.
can be pretty
Jadi
useful
gitu
though.
aja, guys.
It's good motivation to improve and
Dia
get
kaget
stronger.
gitu ya.
Guess I've got a lot of room to
Tahun-tahun
improve
nggak
in
punya
that
rasa
regard.
sakit kan, terus dibalikin tuh rasa sakit
Anyway,
ke
I'm
badannya,
glad we could
gila,
protect
kan?
the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this saloon kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. friends who make me feel like I'm worth
Udah
something.
mulai berkhotbah ya guys.
And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight.
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of...
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danan's fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
they almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Xion?
Of course not. Xion's our friend. Almadria was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Xion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almadria was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, A part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almadria. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara. You're saying we should check the owl forest? You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
I'll do my best!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon Form!
Now,
Take this!
Going in!
I'll be saving. With this, I can become even stronger.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia pride.
Anything in armor is all mine! Dragon Shell! You picked the wrong fight! Burn! Now I'm in the groove.
Stay right there. You gotta jump for cover, okay?
Swallow dance. Make it rain.
Doubling.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis.
Guardian
Light
field.
Confiscate.
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Secara.
Ready to go. Dragon form. Megasonic thrust. Strike. This one's all mine. Eat dirt.
Holy Glimmer.
You're mine.
Now.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Hit. Light action.
Take this. It's
Thunder
over.
Blade.
Here I come.
or never.
Dragon form.
Far enough.
Dragon shout.
Thunder
This
Blade.
one's all mine. Dragon form.
Doubling.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis.
There's always room for improvement.
I'll do my best. Look sharp.
Eat dirt.
One more.
Thunder Field.
Dragon swarm.
Dragon ready and rare. I'll
Now
take
you
out
see
the
what I
legs
can
with my
do.
shield.
Do it.
Lock.
Even descend. Flashing bang.
Dragon shout. This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for.
Megasonic thrust.
Get behind me.
Dragon touch. I'll leave it to you. Talon hurricane. This one's all mine.
Now.
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Could have been worse.
Out of my way.
Dance in the wind.
You picked the wrong fight.
This one's mine.
Dragon swarm.
Eagle.
This one's mine.
Confiscated.
Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal.
I'm on. Thunder Blade. I can do it all day.
Inferno punch.
Round and harder.
Eat this. You're mine. Hurricane. Eat dirt.
Take this. I'm on a roll.
Do it. Match ball. Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
I'm gone. Far enough.
Swallow dance. Dragon swarm.
Now you see what I can do.
In an instant. Impact claw.
Here comes.
I'm on it.
Take this.
You picked the wrong fight.
Holy Land.
Dragon swarm. Do it.
You managed to pull through.
There it is. That's our target.
Right, here goes.
Going in a vine.
Dragon swarm. First strike. Talon hurricane. Megasonic thrust. Dragon
Now.
swarm.
Demons descend. Flashing bang.
Talon hurricane.
Lightning bolt. Now.
secara!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
I've been doing really great lately. Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
What?
Real. Dohal. Dohaline, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll trust your judgment, Kisara.
Ho, ho, ho! 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 Ho, ho, ho!
You're saying we should check the owl for...
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned, but if you...
Good. This came out just the way I hoped.
alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
Oke everybody, thanks for you guys watching. Saya pikir untuk episode 18 kita akhiri dulu, sudah terasa 1 jam berlalu ya. Ya kita lanjutin lagi, yang jelas di episode ini ada banyak hal yang kita lakukan. Yang pertama, di Alpen ini masih rahasia banget guys ya. Masih banyak hal yang misterius. Itu kejadiannya udah 300 tahun yang lalu. Terus juga liberation atau yang namanya pemberontakan ini sudah direncanakan di 300 tahun yang lalu. Masih ada kaitannya sih. Banyak banget yang berhubungan dengan 300 tahun yang lalu tentang bagaimana si Alpen bisa bertahan gitu ya. Kalau memang objeknya si Alpen gitu ya. Nah, cuman tadi Duhalim itu udah bilang kalau ada teknologi di Starship ya yang bisa membuat orang tidur sampai lupa gitu dan bisa melewati rentang waktu yang lama. Dan juga Naori itu kan dia renan, dia pasti lebih paham tuh buat navigasi ya, navigasi buat semua fasilitas lah yang ada di kapal tersebut. Makanya bukan suatu hal yang mustahil ya. Cuman penasaran juga Naori itu apakah Shion atau karakter lain teman-teman. Yuk, sampai di situ aja ya. Thanks for you guys watching. I hope you enjoy the video. Kita akan lihat kelanjutannya di episode berikutnya.